Hello my friends, welcome back to Bearski Method. This is my channel. If you are new here, my name is Marek. Everyone calls me Bear, or Bearski does the name. And the method is clear. The message or the way is basically keep it natural. So this channel simply illustrates what is the natural order in the natural world, or as I call it, alphas lead and betas leave down comments and below. As far as what we do here, as far as what we talk about, is very relative to just about any fish keeper or aquarist or anybody that basically keeps live animals. It starts up with some fish and then we ended up with 3 or 4 dogs. So the idea is, if you do, choose this occupation, this lifestyle, you might as well do your best by starting off the very basics, the very primal things being satisfied, such as feeding. There's really 2 things that your pets really need from you, cats and dogs, or your fish, is best, biologically most appropriate food, since they can't source it themselves, and believe me, they wouldn't know what to eat. You have to provide the best and the closest to a most natural, biologically most appropriate food, as I call it, and obviously your attention. So if you're giving it a lot of attention and love and everything else, but you're feeding it something else, you're missing out on bigger half and most likely about a half of its lifespan as well. So raw feeding, my friends, it really engages everything. Yourself, I don't know, I'm about to change some water, so especially in the Kariba tank, I don't know if you can see it. The Kariba tank is, water's low, and we're gonna have to change some water, do some work. As usual, hose on, shirts off. Point is, all of this is very related. The raw feeding for the piranhas, which obviously brings out their behavioral, development, not just physiological, which is, astonishingly, simple. That's the word I'm looking for. So, my friends, really, I welcome you to stay, learn more, leave questions, anything else like that. We're just learning. I am simply sharing what's on my mind, my experience with you guys. So, all right, so real quick, see, here's my raw food. Basically, these are a couple pound bags for my companions. They all share it. One goes for Zulu, and the rest I split, a little bit for Aziza, and then the rest for Czar. So I'll show you in a minute how it works, how easily it is, to deploy this. I basically take it out of the freezer, which is frozen like a rock, and leave it here bright and early for first walkout. So about 6 in the morning, leave it here for 3 hours. In 3 hours, this will become still partially frozen, but now you can break off chunks. You see, it gives a little bit, and it's easier to get out of the bag. So feeding will commence shortly. Get up, sir. You're winning? You look like you're winning. We are winning, Czar. Get him. Get his butt. You win some, you lose some. Get up. And more. Get him. Zulu, let him. Good boy. Good job. Good exercise. All right. Is ready for a relax or? Oh, no, 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 no. Hey. Too late. In the creek. Come on, Zulu. Oh, both of you. That's what they do. That's the routine. Exercise and then quick dip in the cold water. I bet the water's high too. Come here, Wobbles. What are you doing? What are you doing, Carl? Hi. Yeah, you came to get some lovin's. What are you doing? What are you doing, Carl? You're being a hunter today. Oh, what's this? Can't get enough lovin's here, huh? Can't get enough lovin's. Okay, no, get down. Not enough room for everybody. Get your lovin's. Yeah. Yep, that's his favorite spot right up there. They leave him alone. Yeah, right. What are we doing? We're just cuddling or? All right, get down. That's what get down means? Czar, I said get down. Czar, Czar, I said get down. Look at you, man. You didn't get down. He knows. He's like, what? I have to stay down? And he doesn't? It's all right, buddy. You're just too big. You break the couch. You try a couple times. Just doesn't work out. Yeah, you got your buddy here. It's your friend. It's your friend. It's your friend. It's your brother. Caught. Father caught. Wobbles. We don't really have an official name for this guy. He was Zarqawi too. Wobbles, caught, Kochishko. What are you? What are you, dude? Kochishko? What is he? Cut. Kochishko. He's your cat, yeah. All right. I figured the lighting may be not the optimal, but you get an idea or see the routine of how I feed my companions, how it goes down, how simple it is. First, we start off with the sound, conditioning, just like with the fish. When I make commotion and they get used to me just showing up and doing things, and then, excuse me, and then the food shows up. It's creating a relationship. Right now, I took the dogs out and tired them out and do these things, whatever I require from them, which is earning the meal. After they do that, it's time for the actual meal, which in itself is a ritual. What I mean by that is simply, well, observe. Come on, Ziza. Time to jeść. Come on, girl. So I'll take a chunk of this and simply dump it in her bowl. And the rest goes to this guy. Simply break it up to like 3 big chunks. And this goes for Zulu. cat already ate. He eats really early. I give it to him bright and early when I get up, since he's out all night, and then he shows up, kind of cuddles up with us, and then I feed him about 7:38. These guys eat at just about 11, between 11 and noon. So what I do now is I simply remain nearby and observe. Make sure that everybody eats their food, number one, and don't disturb the neighbor. You see, Zulu takes these big chunks and then he eats them in his bed. You can't really see in there, it's dark, but that's his spot right there, and he will eat it all up and then come back and retrieve another chunk. As I broke it up to about 4 big chunks, 4 segments out of that 2-pound bag. Yep, it does create a mess. So you can see there's meat chunks all over. Usually this guy will pick it up, collect them all. If Zulu doesn't get it to it first, but you can see the shine in the coat. I know it's dark in here and you can still see. And of course you see how dirty they are. They go in a creek and run through, everything, roll around all day long, every day. Here's the other guy. Hi, Czar's still working on his, and yeah, that's the feeding. And Aziza, of course, she's picking chunk by chunk, working through it, regardless of her size or her species. She eats the same raw food. And she'll let anybody know to stay back if they get too close. Yep. So there it is, my friends. Raw feeding at the Bearski Casa. It's very, quiet and collected. I'd say organized, I should say, because I make sure it is. I'm the alpha, and I make sure that everybody has a role and gets their job and duties, as well as affection and reward. And obviously feeding is a rewarding part for these guys, respecting and appreciating what we do for them. Just wanted to show you more or less how simple it is to take care of the animals and provide everything they need without overthinking it or complicating it. Raw in itself is very simple, but yes, it needs special ingredients. Collecting the raw food is more or less, similar to becoming a hunter and hunting the food yourself, like a mama wolf. And here are your cubs, all of my cubs. Okay, all right. Go ahead. All right, so I know we always talk about how good the food is and how great, obviously it shows in the physiological, aspects of the dog or the cat's life, and obviously the extent of its life. But we don't talk about the other less pleasant things like the dookies. Yeah, the poops and such. Just what I needed to show you. Well, the dookies are tiny and they are nearly odorless. It's amazing. I mean, there's a proof right there. No more tons of frothy big dumps. Just little niplets. And believe me, these guys eat a lot. Anyway, the poops are tiny, really small, odorless. And that's because there is no fillers in the food. Simply, there's no fillers. Hey, Lolo, come here. Lolo. Anyway, we'll give him a minute. The idea is that the food that you put in is so good, so potent, so clean, and there's no byproduct, preservative, or anything else. It doesn't need to be there at all. It's all in its most natural, raw form. Wilted veggies, muscle, tendons, fat, bone, everything. organ, obviously, very important part. And that's why they always go after the soft parts of their kill, is to get the bacteria and such that they can produce themselves. We talked about the low cohesion, activity or ability to fermentate vegetables, so they really can't utilize it unless it's half digested. There he is. And yeah, and they get incredible stamina, obviously, muscle composition, hair, skin, and everything else, and it starts in their mouth. Their mouth is just incredibly healthy. They're white, pearly white, sharp teeth without any, cavities and any plaque or anything like that. It's because they have to chew through the bone matter and the bone mass, and I often give them a big knuckle to chew on at least once a month to really sharpen out those. It also calms them down. It keeps them, it keeps them from chewing on your house, on things in your house. Chewing releases endorphins, so it calms them down. And obviously keeping your dog active or tired means that he will be a lot easier to manage. So my friends, feeding raw is literally half the battle. The other half is your attention. A little bit of your attention just to make sure you manage your pack as an alpha, asserting yourself as the alpha leader, and then obviously providing the best, most appropriate food in the world, which is raw, just like Mama Wolf would provide for her own cubs. So yeah, biology and science, my friends, not political science as I say it. There's a lot of rhetoric, there's a lot of a promotional blah 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 jibber jabber out there, and then there's confusion coming from the vets who are not sponsored or being sponsored by someone who legislate for whatever. I don't want to get political because it's costing me this channel 80% of my viewership. So for those of you who are still here and listening, I'm simply passing on the info and the knowledge, the experience, and we've had 30 some years of it. So hey, it goes a long way to hear and see it versus just some cool promo label and a doctor signing off on it. Dude you've never met, and himself probably doesn't even have dogs. Anyway, what I'm saying is proof is in the pudding. So my friends, I'm documenting it by showing you all the way from the beginning when we got these pups. We are passing on the knowledge so others don't make mistakes and learn from what we have learned. Raw is the best, and apparently it's the only way to really satisfy those basic needs. Once those are taken care of, you can start adding names, trinkets, blankets, pillows, and everything else, and show them their attention they deserve. You saw earlier, mine just sits on the couch with us. Basically, if you're attaining an animal, you really have to become a biologist, zoologist, scientist first before you become a babysitter. Otherwise, he'll end up, or she will, run your house, and you'll find yourself in all kinds of headaches, let's just call it that, and then soon after the animal ends up in the shelter. So make the right choices, my friends. And it's not like I discovered anything. I just simply passing on the knowledge that it's been somewhat suppressed. All right, my friends. Well, I think this pretty much concludes the video today. It was about the raw feeding and about the harmonious, I would say, at least the collaboration between your pets and yourself as the alpha of the pack. Best way to basically assert yourself into the pack and show the through leadership, show how we can all get along. Cats, dogs, big and small, even kids. And I gotta say, happy pet is always easier to keep. There would be no dogs or cats in shelters if we all just got along, right? So all right, my friends, for those of you that are new here, like I said, thank you so much for stopping by. Check out the links down in the description of the video if you're interested to find out more about the raw feeding or how to purchase raw feeding, because I know it is a bit of a hassle producing it on a constant basis, but now we're making it easier, and it is easier. So the info is out there. Obviously the effort is up to you. I think it's necessary either way. So thank you again, and I'll see you on the next one. We'll see you on the next one.